Okay, so yeah, they the Israelite men were marrying the foreign women, which is women like the Moabites outside of their faith. So they weren't serving the same God that the Israelites were serving, which is the one and only true living God. They were serving idols like Baal and whatever gods they believe in. Some of them probably didn't even believe in gods. So there was a lot of compromises that the Israelite men were making, which led them to stray away from God. And you guys remember Tobiah? Tobiah was like one of the guys that was taunting the enemy, um, taunting them and trying to discourage Nehemiah and some of the Israelites men from building up that temple wall. And so now he was living in a storage room left empty in the temple because the people stopped giving their tithes. And so there was no tithes to help take care of those people who needed homes, which is what the tithes can be used for. It can be used to help the people in the community. That's one of the uses of it. And so the people stopped paying tithes because of these small compromises. And so they weren't able to take care of the things that they needed to take care of because a lot of compromises were being made. So the foreign wives, like, they were raising children to the Jews, and they couldn't even speak Hebrew or like even read the Bible or the scriptures because they didn't know it for themselves. So they couldn't teach the children or pour into the children because they didn't have in them to give. You know what I'm saying? So the Bible does not, go against interracial marriage or whatever. It prohibits marriage outside of the faith, and for very good reason. So God does not want us, like us who are devoted to follow him, to bind ourselves in marriage to someone who's determined to follow the world. Because it's like two drivers set out in two different directions. It's going to lead to chaos. It's going to be it's going to lead to chaos and confusion. And we don't want that. So Nehemiah's response. Oh, y'all going to hear Nehemiah's response. Nehemiah never compromised with sin. And so he was tenacious about Israel's devotion to God. He was so zealous that he took matters into his own hands. Nehemiah's response to the merchants was, I warned you. Why do you lounge outside of the wall? And if you do so again, I will lay hands on you. He said, I would lay hands on you. I had to repeat that. He said, I will lay hands on you. And from that time on the Sabbath, the men who married foreign women and neglected to teach their children Hebrew, he confronted them. And he cursed them, and he beat some of them, and he pulled out their hair, and he made them take an oath before God. Talk about drastic. It was dramatic, but I think